All right, before I go on to the next story, so you think Scott want to catch up before I move on to, because we got another funny story that Patty's been following for the last few weeks. All right, so we have another follow on here from someone that's been a topic of our show once or twice, and that is the soon to be retired township supervisor in Plymouth, Mr. Kurt Heise. And there is actually a fella in the chat. For those who don't know, he just posted to say hello, Dwayne Zantop Sr. You can see there's Dwayne there and his lovely wife. And Dwayne apparently is actually going to be the real boss hog in Plymouth Township next year, according to Mr. Kurt Heise. So let me show you. For those who haven't seen, Kurt Heise, he lost his primary to a fellow named Charles Kermy, thanks in no small part to Patty here.
13.5 points.
By 13.5 points, yes. He got the snot beat out of him in his primary. And he is he's taking it like a dignified human being by posting this on, this looks like, is this Facebook or is this Instagram or something?
Facebook. This was his Kurt Heise for Township Supervisor page. So he changed the name. I am blocked from it. As you know, par for the course. That's what he does.
Yeah, so there's Kurt Heise for Plymouth. He says, oh, he's just such a patriot. At least 3 of our department heads are looking for jobs as Township Supervisor Zantop takes over in 30 days. Weird. Dwayne Zantop was not in the ballot. Charles Kermy was the one that beat him. Hashtag 13%. Oh, is he butthurt?
Well, I don't understand that. So he's pointing out how bad he lost. I don't understand the point of that hashtag.
Yeah, that's not a good thing you really want to draw attention to, is how badly I lost.
I mean, then he had that other one where he's crying that, like, you know, people were calling asking why he wasn't on the ballot.
Yeah, I've got that here. Let's go through some of these posts here. So this is Kurt Heise. You know, this is interesting. This is a doctored post.
Yeah.
And there's Kurt Heise for Plymouth saying, it was my pleasure today to officially sign the 2024 to 28 collective bargaining agreement with our Plymouth Township firefighters. Ooh, locking in that sweet union contract before you leave.
Yeah, he's going out and he's just burning it all down.
Represented by Union President Chris Smith. Now, I don't know. I wouldn't call Chris, I mean, he is a union boss, but yeah, I'm not trying to use it as derogatory. Chris Smith seems like a good guy. Kurt Heise looks like a big fat baby. If he runs for office again, that's what you tag him with, boss baby Kurt Heise. But there he is. Thanks to our Board of Trustees for approving this common sense agreement. I hope we'll attract and retain the outstanding men and women we deserve. Of course, Kermy voted no on the contract. I'm sure he had no reason whatsoever to vote no on the contract.
Well, there was no data supporting the need.
Yeah.
They presented absolutely no data to show that we needed to hire more people.
Oh, so you mean he's just like, using taxpayers' money to enrich people who are, an interest that might actually, generate political support from in the future? Imagine my shock.
There was nothing like, oh my God, we can't meet our demand. We can't this, we can't that. Like nothing substantiating this.
Yeah. Al Ganu says, did he not collect enough signatures to be in the ballot? No, he just straight up lost. He lost his.
Well, we don't know. I mean, we'll see if he's going to try to do a write-in campaign. But.
Oh, as a write-in? Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Write-ins usually do so well. They can run some tough campaigns. Alex says, why does Michigan have more voters? We'll talk about that story in a moment, Alex. We have just some fun stuff to cover first. So anyway, this is the doctored post. Yep. The original post looked very different.
Yeah.
It looked like this. And in this one, he says, of course, Kermy voted no on this contract as ordered by shadow supervisors, Dwayne Zantop, Shannon Price, who is Shannon Price. What's Shannon Price exactly, Patty? He's some kind of like political official.
I'm not sure. I've met him once.
I know he ran for state house because I worked on Jeff Noble's campaign after he won the primary against him. So he's some. I didn't know.
Like I said, I don't know him. I met him once, but he's he lives in Plymouth Township. He was a supervisor, I think, at one point, or ran for supervisor, something. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. And Wilk, which of course is friend of the show.
Matt Wilk. Yeah. Shadow supervisor Matt Wilk. Yeah.
So it's like a whole committee of supervisors. They're like, it's like an invisible legislature behind the. Mm-hmm. So anyway, apparently he realized this was kind of uncouth and took out this part. Yeah. As if, you can just change your post after you post it and, the internet never forgets and all that. But I guess he didn't know that. Anyway, I'm sure this won't ever be an issue for him if he.
Matt Wilk in the comments.
He's not supervising from here on the couch. Yes, I'm sure he is. Dwayne says, Heise loves me. Yeah.
Well, that's mutual. Yeah. We know that.
Yeah.
So
you guys will be in his office, right, sitting over his shoulder, Charles Kermy, for the entire time. You guys aren't busy or anything. Yeah. Okay.
All
so here's another post you made. Is this more recent, Patty? Is this before that last one or after? I think it's after.
I don't. They're all in the same. He's just
supervisor Zantoff. There you go, Dwayne. You should be flattered.
I mean, is he not? His wife is running for judge. She's an incumbent judge. Okay, it's not a contested election.
Who Kurt Heise's wife is?
Yeah. His wife is Catherine Heise.
Okay.
Does he not realize how this makes him look? I guess he doesn't care how it makes her look.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
This is bizarre. And then he posts this. The clerk's office informs me that dozens of voters have been calling.
My name. Zero.
Dozens of voters have been calling, asking at the counter why my name isn't on the ballot. Where's Kurt Heise? That's what happens when you have a 32% primary turnout. 100 plus spoiled ballots and 2,000 absentee ballots never returned. Sorry, I said no do-overs. He chose poorly.
That's what happens when you send 18 mailers full of lies and trash, and you waste over $100,000 of your donors' money, which over 70% were outside the township anyway. But it backfired. You can't do it. Number one, you piss off the whole community. You invite lawsuits, right? And you talk to people like they're garbage, but no.
Yeah, and what he's actually doing here is he's blaming the voters. He's saying people are calling me asking why I'm not on the ballot. Well, you should have voted for me, stupid.
Well, people were talking about the events of last week. Like he couldn't even can't say it. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
How many times you got to hear?
What happens when you don't vote, guys?
Yeah.
You know what, Kurt? You are coping. All right, I won't do that again.
Anyway, but so we'll see. There's still we still have some general election to get through. Some of his lackeys made it through. So we'll see. There's a lot of people not going to vote. There's a lot of Republicans that are not going to vote for the Republicans on the ballot. Because
of the dumb crap that Kurt Heise's been doing?
Huh?
Because of the dumb crap Kurt Heise's been doing?
Well, yeah. I mean, he sent a mailer against a Republican trustee candidate.
Yeah.
Just last week.
Dumb. John C. King says lower vote totals may be better. Ignorant voters are dangerous voters. Yeah, absolutely, guys. It's low turnout is good. It means the low information voters are turning out in smaller numbers, typically. So
anyway, we'll see. We'll let you know what happens.
So here's the 13%. There it is right there, guys. Kermit got 56.6% of the vote. Kurt Heise got 43.3%. So he had the incumbency advantage. He got smoked.
And his clerk, who I thought they'd be lockstep, like winner, sink or swim together, he won by 11 points.
Wow.
I guess someone who really didn't campaign that much and entered very late. So,
Yeah. Mark Ashley Price says, see, this is one of the many reasons I love Trump so much. He is unique by far from everyone in politics, including other Republicans. Oh, by the way.
Is he?
Until like about 5 minutes ago, I forgot to start the Rumble stream. So I wasn't even looking at anyone who was chatting on Rumble. So sorry, folks watching on Rumble, but I have your comments. I have your little comment feed there now, so I can see your comments now. If you
anyway, so that's the fun stuff we have going on here. But
pathetic.
The lesson is what? Pay attention to local.
Yeah, you gotta.
People don't think about it, but they wasted $180,000 on early voting.
Yeah, a big fat stupid baby has lost his seat, and now he's butthurt.
Yeah.
It's sad. You hate to see it, but you love to see it. So. Anyway, So, a couple of things I want to chat about. We haven't talked about geopolitics in a while. So, the biggest event